Heritage Month celebration.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Southern California Edison's pre-event show for its 17th annual Asian American Pacific Islander Heritage Month celebration. Thank you for joining us this month to celebrate AAPI Heritage Month as well. Can you believe we're almost halfway through the month? I'm your host, Cynthia Gao, and as a longtime supporter of our awesome community, I'm delighted to be here. Thank you, Southern California Edison, for having me. Now, we hope you've had a great AAPI month so far and are ready to continue the celebration. Wasn't that a beautiful performance by Tomoko Sato on the harp? I have to say, that was the first time I've heard Just the Way You Are by Bruno Mars on the harp. Now, Tomoko Sato has been playing the harp professionally for 20 years, including with the Philharmonic Society of Orange County, the Nixon Library, and Hosen House. Tomoko teaches students from ages 5 to 70 and has been invited to be an adjudicator for scholarship auditions and coaching at top master classes in our area. Currently, she's an instructor at Woodbridge High School in Irvine and Concordia University Summer Music Camp. Tomoko is a graduate of Chapman University, Manhattan School of Music, and holds a doctorate in musical arts from the University of Southern California. She's a member of the American Harp Society, Pi Kappa Lambda, the National Music Honor Society, and the Music Teachers Association of California. Phew, you are a very busy lady, Tomoko. Thank you again for that beautiful performance. Now, we've got a great pre-event show planned for you, so let's get started. So the theme this year is Seizing Our Moment. This is a powerful message because we've all been faced with a situation to seize our moment, probably numerous times. Perhaps it was a job opportunity or a new relationship or even a new project where the opportunity to seize our moment presented itself. Whether we acted on these moments changed the direction of our lives either way. For me, during the year-long COVID lockdown, I took a chance and posted on social media. It was a pretty scary endeavor, but I decided there was no downside. And now I have nearly 350,000 followers on TikTok and Instagram, and a community that I adore. I am so grateful for the opportunity, the support, and the love. So thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. So we wouldn't be where we are today if we didn't seize our moment at some point in our lives, right? I mean, we would love to hear from you when you seized your moment. Share in the chat and let us know. Was it a life-changing outlook? Was it a life-changing event? What was the outcome? Up next, we have a business spotlight with a local Asian-owned small business called C&J Gardening Center, located in Rancho Cucamonga, California. C&J Gardening Center is an Asian-owned business founded in 2019 by Calvin Wong, Jason Chen, and Wing Wong. Between the three gentlemen, they have over 30 years of experience in the horticulture industry. We're going to give you a tour of their facility and chat with one of their co-owners, Calvin Wong.
Hi, my name is Calvin, and I am a part owner here at C&J Gardening Center. We are a retail plant nursery, and we have an online presence, and you can visit us at cjgardeningscenter.com. You can also visit us here in Rancho Cucamonga, California, where we house majority of our fruiting plants. We're a business that started off a little bit before the pandemic, so there was a long list of challenges that we had to face when we first started. But it might be easier to just name the one thing that is a lesson that was very, very important for us. And it was the need to continue learning, adapting and evolving. Part of our success early on was that we changed to a model that was online, that we delivered what people wanted to their doors rather than them having to come out. As a small business, it's easier for us to be adaptable as compared to our larger counterparts, but we don't necessarily have the budget to adopt any changes that we want. So one of the things that comes down for a small business is that as officers and owners, we have to really do that ourselves, to do whatever it takes to make that happen. A lot of times that means learning new skills or taking on extra roles or new roles, or even like taking extra shifts. I think the perfect example of that would be our own CEO of this company. By title, he's our CEO, but then he's also our delivery driver. He's also our truck driver. He's my photographer. And then when he comes over to here, he's part of the yard crew. He does sales, he does the cashier, and I think the most important thing is that he's our only janitor. I think generally we give back through donations. We give back through donations to various fundraisers that they host. There's one in particular that I think was a very, very brilliant idea. This was early on in the pandemic, and I think it was a fundraiser that was hosted by a collaboration between several API nonprofit groups. Something else that we donate to is the APA Toy Drive. That happens around the end of the year, around the holidays. And what they do is they fundraise to make the holidays a little bit more special for the kids that need it. And I think that's a really great message. I think the best way to support any small business is to simply shop small business. And when you find any products or services that you like, to spread the word with friends and family. Because your recommendation really comes a long way. It carries the weight of your experience with this business. And that has a lot more weight and value. I think as business owners, we seize our moment every single day. From really important ones to mundane ones, we are faced with a long list of decisions that we have to make. And when it comes to important decisions that might change the course of your business, it's very easy to get paralyzed by it. But one of the things that is easy to not remember is that a decision still needs to be made, and not taking an action is still an action within itself. So seize your moment. Make your decisions so they're not made for you. But as a small business, if you have an idea for a business, just go ahead and try it. Seize your moment. I think one of the things is that we might think too much and we just stop doing it. So plan it out, tinker with it, work on it, and be patient, give it time. And in time, you're gonna know whether it's a working one or not. Probably not the first year, but you'll know in time.
Thank you, Calvin, for showcasing your gardening center. You have some beautiful plants and flowers and trees, and it's given me some ideas for my own house. I have to say though, with the rain this year, my yard is looking fabulous. Our next guest is celebrity chef Katie Chin, an award-winning cookbook author, caterer, culinary ambassador to the National Pediatric Cancer Foundation, Women's Entrepreneurship Day regional ambassador, co-chair of Los Angeles Mayor Karen Bass's AAPI-LA task force. Now, Chef Katie has been featured in many publications such as USA Today, O Magazine, Cooking Light, Bon Appetit, Elle, Real Simple, The Wall Street Journal, HuffPost, and Epicurious. Her numerous television appearances include The Kelly Clarkson Show, Live with Kelly and Ryan, The Real, The Today Show, Hallmark Channel, Cooking Channel, Cutthroat Kitchen, Beat Bobby Flay, ABC's Localish, and as a guest judge on the Food Network's Iron Chef America. Let's check her out now.
I'm so happy to be here on behalf of Southern California Edison. I'm going to make some beautiful dishes celebrating my cookbook, Katie Chin's Global Family Cookbook. I spent many years working in corporate America, but I decided to seize my moment. I did a total 180. I changed my career to follow in my late mother's footsteps because I realized my passion was all about cooking. So the first thing we're going to make today is a delicious mocktail based on a classic Mai Tai. So to begin, I have a glass filled with some ice. To this, I'm going to add some lemon lime soda, some pineapple juice, some orange juice, and then some grenadine. Ooh, it's so vibrant and beautiful. Then I'm going to garnish with some orange slices along with some lime, and then to top it off, some bright red maraschino cherries. Woo. So refreshing. Next, we're gonna make an easy weeknight pad thai from my cookbook. This is such a great recipe because you can get all of the ingredients from any well-stocked grocery store. Not only that, in every bite of this pad thai, you get the flavors of sweet, sour, salty, and hot. And it only takes a few minutes to put together. So let's get started. The first thing we want to do is hydrate these dried rice noodles. I bring a pot of water to a boil, turn it off. Then I'm just going to add the rice noodles and allow these to hydrate for about 10 minutes. The great thing about this recipe is the noodles are totally gluten-free. While the noodles are hydrating, I'm gonna make the easy stir-fry sauce. I'm just gonna take some brown sugar. To this, I'm going to add about 3 tablespoons of chicken broth, some lime juice for that tart note, some cornstarch. This cornstarch is going to thicken as the sauce cooks. Cornstarch is widely used in many different Asian recipes. You'll see how beautifully the sauce comes together with the addition of this cornstarch. We're also going to add some sriracha sauce for that spicy kick. If you're going to cook this for kids, you might want to use a bit less hot sauce. If you like it super spicy, go to town. All right, next I'm going to add some paprika. Paprika is going to add that beautiful red hue to pad thai. Then I'm adding some soy sauce. Now, as I mentioned earlier, rice noodles are totally gluten-free. If you wanted to make this dish completely gluten-free, you could swap out the soy sauce with gluten-free tamari. All right, next I'm going to add some fish sauce to add that salty umami note. And then I'm just going to whisk this all together. You may or may not realize this, but fish sauce is made from dried anchovies. These dried anchovies are fermented in huge barrels in Southeast Asia for several months, and the resulting runoff liquid is what we know as fish sauce. And a little bit goes a long way. All right, next I'm going to crack open an egg. And I'm just going to whisk this egg and set it aside, because we'll be scrambling this a little bit later. Next, I'm going to cut up some chicken. Now, you can use whatever protein you'd like for this dish. I happen to be using boneless, skinless chicken breast, but you could use boneless, skinless chicken thigh. You could use shrimp. I like to actually keep the tails on when using shrimp because the beautiful hot pink tail just pops in your pad thai. You could also use tofu if you wanted to, or make this a completely vegetarian dish. All right, so I'm just going to cut my boneless, skinless chicken breast into small cubes. This is also a wonderful dish for leftovers, such as rotisserie chicken. I know a lot of you might have a rotisserie chicken in your fridge. Just shred some up and toss it into the wok at the last minute for a super easy recipe making use of leftovers, which I love so much. Now, if you've ever been to Thailand, if you go into a restaurant, you'll see there's all sorts of condiments on the table, from fish sauce, hoisin sauce, more lime wedges, hot sauce, because people in Thailand love to put in a little of this and a little of that to customize their dishes. So with this pad thai, no exception. I always love to serve it with extra lime wedges, maybe some more sriracha sauce if people like it super spicy. So this is a great dish because there's something for everyone. Now that our noodles are hydrated, rinsed and drained, our chicken is cut, we have our stir-fry sauce, we're ready to get cooking. I'm heating a wok over medium-high heat on this cool induction hob. At home, you can use an induction burner, of course. Using a skillet or a wok, I'm gonna add about 2 tablespoons of oil. You can use any kind of neutral oil, like vegetable oil, you could use peanut oil, you could use canola oil, grapeseed oil. Then I'm just gonna swirl this to coat. Then I'm gonna add some garlic. For ease and convenience, I'm just using some garlic from a tube, but you can use fresh garlic, of course. And then I'm just going to stir fry this garlic until it becomes fragrant, about 30 seconds. Once the garlic becomes fragrant, we add our diced chicken. And we stir fry this for about 2 or 3 minutes until the chicken turns white. So when you're stir frying, you always want to keep your proteins moving so they get a nice sear. And what's so great about woks, especially this induction wok, is the heat is centralized. And because of the high sides, your ingredients are much less likely to fly out of the pan. Now that my chicken is turned white, I'm going to add my whisked egg. And then we just cook this for about a minute until the egg sets and becomes scrambled. Once the egg has set, I'm going to add my reserve noodles. And then I'm simply gonna pour my stir-fry sauce over the noodles. And then I'm going to coat the noodles with our delicious sweet, sour, and salty stir-fry sauce. And we just toss this for a couple of minutes to allow all of the flavors to melt and for the sauce to thicken. Now, what's really cool about pad thai is that, believe it or not, there was a rice shortage in the 1950s in Thailand, and the Prime Minister was very clever, and he promoted pad thai as a national dish, and therefore people stopped eating as much rice. Isn't that cool? And that is why pad thai has become a beloved national dish and loved by everyone around the world. It smells so delicious, you guys. I wish you were here with me right now. Look at that, so amazing. We're gonna get ready to plate our pad thai. I'm ready to plate our pad thai. Now it's time to add our beautiful garnishes. So I'll put some vibrant red cabbage over here. Adding some crunchy bean sprouts. Adding some lime wedges. I'll probably go ahead and give it a little squeeze. A bit more. Doesn't this look gorgeous, you guys? And so easy. Of course, topping off with our chopped peanuts. And then finally, some bright green cilantro. Ooh, that looks amazing. Look at that. And it all came together in under 10 minutes. If I can make this, you can make this. And I believe you can Thai. I hope you enjoyed my demo of a Mai Tai mocktail, an easy weeknight pad Thai. Thank you so much again to Southern California Edison, and thank you so much for celebrating AAPI Heritage Month with me.
Thank you, Chef Katie, for showing us those delicious recipes from your cookbook. That mocktail of a Mai Tai looks so refreshing and colorful. It made me think I want to take a vacation on a tropical island somewhere. And you know me, I love a good pad thai. I never knew it was so easy to make on like an induction stove, for goodness sake. I didn't know you could use a wok on an induction cooktop. Wow, and everything cooked up so fast and easy. And you know, I didn't know that there was a shortage about rice in Thailand. You know, many of us take for granted that rice is always available, but you never know. I mean, we thought we would never run out of toilet paper and hand sanitizer, but we did. So this morning's pre-show has been so much fun. So are you ready for the main event? Oh, and before I forget, I did want to announce that you'll have an opportunity to win Chef Katie's Global Family Cookbook, so you can try more of her tasty recipes. More information will be provided during the main event, so be sure to listen for the announcement shortly. We had a great pre-show, and now it's time to start the main event. Again, welcome to Southern California Edison's 2023 Virtual Asian American Pacific Islander Heritage Month celebration. Once again, I'm Cynthia Gao. As a content creator for TikTok and Instagram, I'm delighted to be here. The theme this year is Seizing Our Moment. Not only is this a great theme, but it should be words to live by. For the past 2.5 years, the pandemic has turned our world upside down. We learned new ways to work from home. Young kids had to learn virtually. We had to find creative ways to socialize. And many of us had to manage our lives with families, sharing the same space all day long while trying to get our own work done. We had all the challenges, and yet we made it through. If we are trying to learn anything from these past couple of years, it is to seize the moment. Don't take life for granted, because you never know what can happen. and we only have one life to live. So find your happiness and try to weave it into your life somehow so you can allow yourself to get a piece of happiness each and every day. And be kind to one another because we are all just trying to live the best life that we can. With that, I'd like to thank you for sharing a part of your day with us to celebrate SCE's 17th Annual Asian American Pacific Islander Heritage Month. And now for the main event. I want to introduce you to your MC, Matt Pablo, singer, musician, actor, host, and social media influencer. Hi, Matt. Matt has been an entertainer for 18 years and worked for Disney, Universal Studios, and CBS. You can currently find him as an immersive actor, musician on the opening cast of Disney's Star Wars Galactic Star Cruiser. You can also hear his solo recordings around the world at Disney's Shanghai and Hong Kong, as well as Disney's 50th anniversary fireworks show in Orlando, Florida. Please join me in welcoming Matt Pablo.
Thank you, Cynthia, for the introduction. Good morning to you all and welcome to Southern California Edison's 17th Annual Asian American Pacific Islander Heritage Month celebration. Being Pacific Islander myself and in the entertainment industry, I appreciate moments like these to represent my culture when the opportunity presents itself. When you see someone that looks like you on TV and in the movies, you feel more connected and relate more to those characters. So thank you, Edison, for hosting this event for the past 17 years and for inviting me back to be your MC for this year's event. I'm looking forward to celebrating the contributions and successes of our Asian American Pacific Islander community organizations and businesses. As you know, the theme this year is seizing our moment. When I think of the word seizing, it makes me think of taking over something. So when we seize our moment, we need to take that chance, that opportunity, and run with it. I've had opportunities to seize my moment. Auditioning for some of Disney's biggest projects took a lot of courage, perseverance, and ultimately just going for it. Setting my goals and not letting life pass me by led to achieving things I set out to do, but also things I never knew I could accomplish. And now I can proudly say I've been on the creating floor of many of Disney's most successful projects, and there's still more to come. It's all because I live my life by making the most of every opportunity and seizing my moments. As you know, opportunities to seize our moment don't come that often, and we may not always be able to seize it when it does. But do think carefully when it does, because you never know how amazing things can turn out. Just think of all the famous people we know who seized their moment. Like just this year with Michelle Yeoh from Everything Everywhere All at Once. If she didn't seize her moment to take on that role in the movie, she wouldn't have won an Oscar. So seize your moment, because you never know how far it can take you. Now, first and foremost, I want to share an important safety message about those metallic or mylar balloons that are very popular. At Edison, the safety of its customers and community is always of the utmost importance. Your safety is very important to us. So we do want to cover a very important topic with you, and that is metallic or mylar balloon safety. During this time of year, we have many celebrations that occur, from graduations, Father's Day, weddings, and other celebrations. Many people like to purchase the mylar balloons. Although they are very festive, they also pose a very dangerous risk to the power lines and others. Not only do they damage power lines, they can also cause fires and shut down power to thousands of homes and businesses throughout Southern California. There's been a 392% increase in balloon outages between the January and June months over the last 5 years. In addition, there was 525 hours of power loss due to balloon outages in 2022. This impacted 1.1 million customers just with balloon outages alone. So again, that is why it's very important that we follow these safety tips. As a reminder, metallic balloons should never be released outdoors. Metallic balloons should always be tied to a weight. Stores and vendors should only sell proper weighted balloons. Keep the balloons indoors when possible, and never try to retrieve balloons tangled in power lines or electrical equipment. Call 911 instead. Cut the knot or puncture balloons before disposing of them. Again, these are all reminders to keep you and your loved ones safe and prevent any disruptions to your festivities and the community. Thank you to all that have been participating in the social media posts regarding today's events. The hashtags today are SCE, AAPI, HM 2023, and AAPI month. Be sure to use them when posting and sending us your photos of how you're celebrating with us today. Did you get dressed up in cultural attire for today's celebration, or do you have some photos of you dressed in cultural attire? Share your pictures and use the hashtags so we can see you representing your heritage. Also, follow SCE on LinkedIn, Twitter, and Instagram as well, so you're always informed with the latest updates. All right, now who wants to win a prize? Each year, Edison gives out opportunity drawing prizes for the attendees of this event. As Cynthia mentioned in the pre-event show, we are giving out Chef Katie Chin's Global Family Cookbook. And there are a total of 20 books. From now until 10:45 a.m., if you would like to be in the drawing for one of the 20 cookbooks, type the word book in the comments. If you're one of the lucky winners, be sure to email your name and address by May 19 to SCE Customer Engagement at SCE.com. That's SCE Customer Engagement at SCE.com. Winners will be announced at the end of the program. Good luck. Our first speaker for the main event is Mayor Helen Tran from the city of San Bernardino. Helen was sworn in as the 35th mayor of the city of San Bernardino on December 21st, 2022. She's the first Asian American elected in the city of San Bernardino and the first Vietnamese mayor in the United States. The daughter of Vietnamese refugees in search of the American dream, she grew up in San Bernardino and became the first person in her family to graduate from college, earning her bachelor's degree from UC Santa Cruz. Mayor Tran has always been passionate about giving back to her community, and she understands the importance of reciprocity and engagement. She devotes much of her spare time to civic leadership, taking on numerous roles in the city, including school site council member for Bob Holcomb Elementary, member of the Vermont Revitalization Project, VRP, member of the San Bernardino League of Women's Voters, member of the National Women's Political Caucus, member of the Rotary Club of San Bernardino, member of Kiwanis, and board member of the Habitat for Humanity San Bernardino area. Mayor Tran is a public servant, nonprofit leader, and mother of 3. Let's welcome Mayor Helen Tran.
Hi everyone, Mayor Helen Tran here. Thank you, Matt, for the introduction. And thank you, Edison, for inviting me to speak at your Asian American Pacific Islander Heritage Month celebration. I am extremely honored to be part of the celebration. As a first-generation born daughter of refugee immigrants from Vietnam, I would never imagine to be sitting here speaking to you today as the mayor of San Bernardino. I have come from a family with humble beginnings. If my parents had not seized the moment, I would not be here today speaking to you. It is their resilience and determination to provide a better way of life for myself and my siblings that have made me who I am today. Growing up, speaking English was a struggle. It wasn't until in high school when I joined clubs like Key Club, Peer Leadership Club, that I met mentors in life. And I was introduced into the political civic engagement in my community. And I went off to college and I studied abroad in Italy. A lot of these opportunities that came before me was through my mentorships or mentors that I met in life. It was no mistake that I landed a job with the city of San Bernardino 16 years ago. It was preparing me for the future, today. It was my parents' and ancestors' strength that made me realize when the opportunity was available to run for office, I had to seize the moment. I'm honored to be the first Asian American mayor, elected official in the history of San Bernardino. Not only that, I made history in the United States as the first elected Vietnamese woman mayor. Sông có khúc, người có lúc, which means rivers have meanders, human life has phases. There will always be challenges, but it's up to you to seize the moment and move forward toward your goals. As we celebrate our respective heritage and culture, please always remember to seize the moment. Sông có khúc, người có lúc. Thank you again. to Southern California Edison for allowing me to be part of the celebration. Xin chào.
Thank you, Mayor Tran. Our next speaker is Pedro J. Pizarro, President and CEO of Edison International, and is a member of Edison International's Board of Directors. Pizarro has served on the Electric Power Research Institute Board of Directors since 2016 and became chair of the board in April 2020. He was also elected as one of 3 vice chairmen for Edison Electric Institute in June 2020. He serves on the boards of Argonne National Laboratory and Caltech, and has served on the boards of Electric Power Supply Association, California Power Exchange, Colburn School, House Research Institute, Southern California Leadership Council, and Western Energy Institute. Pedro earned a bachelor's degree in chemistry from Harvard University, a PhD in chemistry from the California Institute of Technology, Caltech, and held National Science Foundation and Department of Defense graduate fellowships. Please join me in welcoming Pedro J. Pizarro.
Thank you, Matt, for the introduction, and we're glad to have you back as the MC for this year's event. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our 17th annual Asian American Pacific Islander Heritage Month celebration. A big thanks to Mayor Tran for her remarks. We are so pleased to be joined here by so many of you, along with Mayor Tran and our special guests. A warm welcome to Cynthia Gao, Tomoko Sato, Calvin Wong, Chef Katie Chen, Madeline Melke, Kanwen Chu, Jessica Louise, Yogan Bhagat, and Lori Shao. Thank you all for making this a wonderful celebration and for helping us seize the moment to recognize our AAPI friends and neighbors who contribute to the brilliant cultural tapestry of Southern California. You are part of what makes this one of the most diverse and interesting places in the world. It is remarkable in our Edison office and really across the many communities of SCE service area to hear so many different languages spoken, from Mandarin and Cantonese to Tagalog to Hindi. We're also seizing the moment to come together and transform our economy to one powered by clean electricity. We need diversity of all types, including diversity of thought and ideas, to develop and implement the solutions necessary to keep our planet healthy and thriving. Having representation from all backgrounds is part of our strength, and we are seizing the moment to bring more diversity to our talent pool through our philanthropic programs. One of those programs to support diversity, equity, and inclusion is our 4-year, $1 million Edison International Line Worker Scholarship. This program provides scholarships and additional support up to $25,000 per recipient. Our graduates become eligible to begin a career as a groundman with SCE. And the program is focused on increasing underrepresented talent among SCE's craft line workers. And it's targeted toward Asian Pacific Islander, Native American, Black and African American, and female talent. The next application period will open in March of next year. So if you are interested, or if you know of someone who could benefit, please be sure to direct them to the community tab of edison.com. The success of our line worker scholarship could not be possible without our scholarship partners. So a big thank you to IBEW Local 47, Brotherhood Crusade, the Los Angeles Trade Technical College, and Scholarship America for their wonderful support. The Line Worker Scholarship is just one example of Edison International's commitment to the communities we serve. As a company with more than 135 years of history, Edison International's history and success are intricately tied to the Southern California region. Today, we provide 80% or more of our philanthropic giving to underserved and under-resourced communities. We also invest in young adults who want to pursue studies in science, technology, engineering, or math, or STEM, in college through our Edison Scholars Program. I had the privilege to attend one of the surprise announcements just last month, and we went to Temple City High School to meet Jackie Lee. Now, Jackie came to the U.S. from China as a child, and we gave her the news that she was selected to receive a $50,000 scholarship. Jackie's reaction and the reaction of her teacher, her counselor, her classmates, that's why the Edison Scholars Program is the best part of my job every year. Since 2006, Edison International has awarded $15 million in scholarships to 760 students. And it's important that we recognize and support students who strive for greatness and have a passion for changing the world. So in addition to increasing the scholarship amount to $50,000 this year, our Edison scholars will now also be eligible for a paid internship with SCE after completing their first year of college. We understand the cost of education is a huge burden to families, and we hope that with our support, these scholarships will help ease that burden. Now, let's take a look at our 2023 Edison Scholars.
So we're at Whitney High School in Cerritos, and we are here to give Max Ping an Edison Scholarship.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, hey everybody. My name's Pedro Pizarro, and I understand that there's at least one person here who wants to study chemistry in college, right? Jackie Lee? Jackie, where's Jackie? Hey Jackie, come up here. Let's talk chemistry.
Hi, I'm Steve. Nice to meet you as well.
Is Max Ping here? Could you please come up here?
I heard you're planning to go to college? Yeah?
The reason we're here is to say congratulations. You are one of our 2023 Edison Scholars. And we're going to present.
I work at Edison International, and Max, you're one of our 2023 Edison Scholars.
Well, congratulations, you're an Edison Scholar, Jackie.
I was really shocked. I will use this money to fund my college career.
It means the world to me. It really helps me propel me to the finish line in terms of being able to afford college and being able to pursue what I hope to pursue and continue, making a positive impact in my community.
First one in my family to go to college because they all immigrated from China. Honestly, it just feels unreal at this moment. I don't think I can fully comprehend. But thank you.
The joy, excitement, and emotions are overwhelming. What a cool video. And you can see what it means to the students and their families. Well, I am grateful to be part of their special day. Well, each year, during Asian American Pacific Islander Heritage Month, we present our Community Partnership Award to an organization that has provided notable, long-standing, innovative, and crucial services to the AAPI community. This year, we are excited to recognize two recipients for the 2023 Community Partnership Award. The first honoree is the Asian Pacific Community Fund, or APCF. They've been a long-standing partner with Edison in philanthropy, leadership development, and other efforts. Let's hear more about APCF.
Hi, my name is Ching-Yen Chen. I'm the Executive Director of the Asian Pacific Community Fund. Asian Pacific Community Fund is a community fund that's the only in Southern California to sustain, support the API nonprofit and our community member. Ever since APCA was funded, Southern California Edison is the first corporate partner back in 33 years ago in 1990. And the Southern California Edison employee has served on our board and worked together on payroll deduction and volunteer their time to really engage with the API community. When APCA was founded in 1990, our community doesn't have enough funding and resource for the API nonprofit. That was the main reason we started. So our goal is to create an alternative funding to support, sustain API nonprofit. So many of our funder is coming from the payroll deduction back in 1990. So Edison was one of the major corporate employee partnership with APCF to do the payroll deduction, supporting the funding, provide the volunteer. And up to today, we have over like a $5 million giving out because the partnership with a company like Edison. No one can do anything alone. We need to work together. I always say that together we are better. Together we are stronger, especially during the API Heritage Months. We recognize the partnership, collaboration. I really think that we need to remember working together. We need to support each other. We need to invest back, giving back. Celebrating the API Heritage Month means a lot to not just celebration is knowing that we are here. This is our home. So when people say, go back to your home country, no, this is our home country, right? So I really hope that working together, supporting each other, we can be stronger and healthier, and our community will have a better future.
What a great story. Congratulations to the Asian Pacific Community Fund for your 33 years of commitment and dedication to empowering the AAPI community. You have been critical in funding so many other nonprofits that help underserved communities, and we truly appreciate our continued partnership. The second recipient of the Community Partnership Award is the Asian American Professional Association. What initially began as a mentorship program has blossomed and grown to include other leadership programs. Let's check them out now.
Hi, my name is Karen Leung. I'm the Executive Director of the Asian American Professional Association. The Asian American Professional Association, AAPA, is a small yet mighty nonprofit organization based here in Los Angeles. And our mission is to advance Asian American professionals to leadership roles through training, networking, and collaboration. Edison and AAPA's partnership has accomplished so much in a variety of different ways. So just thinking about our mentorship program, which is a year-long program, we've had so many folks come from Edison that have started as mentees of our mentorship program and have become mentors in the program, and then look to our board leadership program to start giving back to the community through board service. Edison has been a long-standing supporter of the work that we do by sponsoring their employees into our programs, coming in as speakers for our events, and volunteering at our different events as well. During the pandemic, what's been really great as Edison really reached out to us and said, how can we help? What can we do together? They looked to us for support to reach out to nonprofit organizations. And from that, the Uplift program was born. And what that did was support marginalized communities with resume workshops, interview workshops, and how to apply for this position online because we're pivoting everything to virtual and folks weren't familiar with what to do, how to do it. So we saw that that was an area that we could support in. And so Edison was really pivotal in helping us with our virtual platform, bringing in folks as speakers, supporting with one-on-one resume reviews. And that was an amazing time. We helped 67 applicants apply for the position. And so we definitely learned a lot from the support that Edison gave us at that time. I think the theme this year of seizing our moment is so special and important. I believe AAPA is also in a moment right now that is very transformational. We have come out of this pandemic, pivoting everything to virtual, staying visible, and recognizing that there is such a high energy for uplifting our community together and standing together with one another. And I believe we're just at the cusp of a very transformational change. And for me, change is really good. You know, being a young executive director, coming into this role, wrapping up my first year at AAPA, I can just taste and feel the change and the energy. There's been a major shift. And so we are really seizing that moment. Just through this work, you know, lifting up employees within Edison has been powerful. You know, there have been, I think the stat is 70% of employees received inline promotions just from completing our mentorship program, you know, going from mentees to mentors. It's just been an honor to work with Edison and to continue our long-standing relationship. And I'm really excited for the next coming years to come.
Congratulations again to our Edison Scholars and our Community Partnership honorees. Thank you for letting us be a part of your continued growth and successes, and we look forward to many years of working together. Well, have a happy AAPI Heritage Month and enjoy the rest of the program. Now back to you, Matt, and thanks again for being a fantastic MC.
Thank you, Pedro, for sharing Edison's commitment to the community, helping our students with the Edison Scholars Program, and investing in the workforce with the Line Workers Scholarship. And congratulations to the Community Partnership honorees, Asian Pacific Community Fund and Asian American Professional Association. Your organizations both saw a lack of resources and support to the AAPI community, and you seized the moment by developing programs and resources to fill that void where it was very much needed. What a great example of being community partners and leaders. We all wish you continued growth and success. All right, we have been sitting for almost an hour, and I bet you need a break. Let's freshen up our coffee, tea, and snacks and get our blood flowing, stretch, and anything else you need to do to take a break. While you are doing that, we have a special performance from the very talented Jessica Louise. Jessica Louise is a singer-songwriter and an acoustic performer. After accumulating over 1.9 million streams on Spotify and on SoundCloud, releasing 3 albums independently, being featured at the top of Amazon's playlists and on billboards across the country, Jessica Louise is excited to be back on the scene, preparing to release her first full-length album this fall. Her upcoming album, titled Saturn Return, is inspired by her own spiritual journey and showcases themes of love, loss, and a return to self. In addition to being a recording artist, Jessica also owns and runs an online singing school for up-and-coming artists called the Indie Artist Studio. The Indie Artist Studio's mission and vision is to empower over 20,000 people around the globe to discover confidence, freedom, and full self-expression through their voice. Take it away, Jessica.
Hey, thanks so much, Matt, for introducing me. I am Jessica Louise. Thank you so much, Edison, for having me for your AAPI event. Let's get this party started. 1, 2, 3. Smooth like butter, like a criminal undercover. Going pop like trouble, making you fall like that. Hey, smooth like butter, yeah, owe it all to my mother. Straight hot like summer, making you fall like that. Break it down. When I look in the mirror, I'm not so hard to do. I got that superstar glow, so ooh, hey, side step right left to my beat. Let's get it. Hot like the moon, rock with me, baby. You know that I got that heat. Let me show you, 'cause talk is cheap. Side step right left to my beat. Get it, let it roll, yeah. Hey, smooth like butter, like a criminal undercover. Don't need no usher to remind me you got it bad. Ain't no other, I'm gonna swoop you in like no other. Straight up, I gotcha, making you fall like that. Break it down. When I look in the mirror, I'm not so hard to do. I got that superstar glow, so ooh, yeah. Side step right left to my beat. Hot like the moon, rock with me, baby. You know that I got that heat. Baby, show me, 'cause talk is cheap. Side step right left to my beat. Get it, let it roll, yeah, yeah, yeah. Woo! Side step right left to my beat. Get it, let it roll, yeah. So this next song I'm going to sing is by an Asian American artist. I intentionally chose songs that were either by Asian American artists or Asian artists, so please enjoy. This next song is Best Part by her. You don't know, babe, when you hold me, yeah, and kiss me slowly. It's the sweetest thing, and it don't change. If I had it my way, yeah, you would know that you are. You're the coffee that I need in the morning. You're my sunshine in the rain when it's pouring. Won't you give yourself to me? Give it all. Oh, I just wanna see. I just wanna see how beautiful you are. You know that I see it. I know you're a star. Where you go, I'll follow, no matter how far. If life is a movie, then you're the best part. Oh, you're the best part, yeah, yeah. It's the sunrise and those brown eyes, yes. You're the one that I desire. And when we wake up and then we make love, yes, it makes me feel so nice. You're my water when I'm stuck in the desert. You're the Tylenol I take when my head hurts. You're the sunshine of my life. I just wanna see how beautiful you are. You know that I see it. I know you're a star. Where you go, I'll follow, no matter how far. If life is a movie, then you're the best part. Oh, you're the best part, yeah. If you love me, won't you say something? If you love me, won't you? Yeah. If you love me, won't you say something? If you love me, won't you? Love me, won't you? If you love me, won't you say something? Yeah. Uh-huh.
Thank you for that awesome performance, Jessica. You had me doing my chair dance with Butter by BTS, and I like how you slowed it down with Her's chill song of Best Part. I like how you put your own personal twist on the songs, and I can see the passion you have for your music. Okay, up next, we have Thomas Wang, who is a public affairs manager on the policy engagement team at Southern California Edison, where he works to advance clean energy, climate, and environmental policies. Thomas also serves on the boards of Climate Resolve, the San Gabriel Valley Economic Partnership, and Nature for All, and is a co-chair of the Los Angeles Area Chamber of Commerce's Energy, Water, and Environmental Sustainability Council. He served for 10 years as an elected board member for the San Gabriel Valley Municipal Water District until his election in 2022 to the Monterey Park City Council, where he currently serves as Mayor Pro Tem. He received his bachelor's degree in economics from the University of California, Los Angeles, and his master's of public administration from the University of Southern California. Let's welcome Thomas Wang.
Thank you, Matt, for the introduction, and thank you all for joining us for Asian American Pacific Heritage Month. On January 21st, a mass shooting occurred in Monterey Park, California, my hometown, and killed 11 people and injured 9 others. If it wasn't for the quick thinking of a brave young man who seized the moment and unarmed the gunmen, so many more lives would have been taken. It gives me great pleasure to recognize this hero, Mr. Brandon Tsai, with the Community Impact Award. This award is given to a person or organization that has demonstrated exceptional actions or service that made a significant impact on the safety of the community. He's since been profiled with NBC News, Good Morning America, the New York Times, among many others. Tsai was honored by U.S. Congresswoman Judy Chu California Governor Gavin Newsom, U.S. President Joe Biden, and First Lady Jill Biden, Vice President Kamala Harris, and by the 118th U.S. Congress, and was a guest of President Biden at his 2023 State of the Union address. In addition, Tsai was awarded a Medal of Courage from the Alhambra Police Department and now is leading the Brandon Tsai Hero Fund in partnership with the Asian Pacific Community Fund. Brandon, on behalf of myself and the company, I want to thank you for your bravery with this award. I understand it's a very traumatic experience, and we appreciate you so much for being here with us today. I'll take this opportunity to connect and catch up with you a little bit and ask you just a couple of questions. So our theme this year for this celebration is seizing our moment. In your opinion, why is this important? What does it mean to you?
Thank you, Thomas. Well, as an Asian American, seizing our moment is important on Asian American Heritage Month because it allows us to celebrate and recognize the diverse and rich history, culture, and contributions of Asian Americans to this country. This month provides an opportunity to showcase our story and highlight the significant impact that Asian Americans have had on various aspects of Asian American society. For too long, Asian Americans have been underrepresented and often invisible to mainstream media, politics, and cultural discourse. However, with the rise of hate crimes and discrimination against Asian Americans, especially in the wake of COVID-19 pandemic, it has been more important than ever to shed light on our experiences and highlight the valuable contributions that we have made to our country. Seize Our Moment on Asian American Heritage Month also allows us to address issues of social justice and inequality. It is a time to advocate for policies and promote diversity, equity, and inclusion, and to call attention to the ongoing struggles and challenges that Asian Americans face in our society. Ultimately, seizing our moment on Asian American Heritage Month is about empowerment and visibility. It is also recognizing and celebrating our culture, but also about taking action to create a more just and equitable society for all. By seizing this moment, we can inspire future generations of Asian Americans to be proud of their culture, history, and to strive towards greater success and representation in all aspects of American life.
Thanks so much, Brandon, and appreciate you sharing that with us. I also know that you have a partnership with the Asian Pacific Community Fund, and you started the Brandon Tsai Hero Fund. Can you talk a little bit about the purpose of the fund and what you hope to accomplish with it?
Yeah, so my interest in partnering with the Asian Pacific Community Fund was to enrich our community. The APCF was designed to bring together all philanthropists and provide them with the opportunity to invest in the API community. Its goal was to rebuild and heal after this tragedy. So I've partnered with the executive director, Chun Young, to set a couple projects and initiatives to draw awareness and make an impact in the API community. Of course, the ABCF will provide guidance and support, but I'm trying to currently raise funds to make a awareness impact to the social injustices and dilemmas that are really impacting the Asian Pacific community here.
Thank you, Brandon. Is there any way that we can support, or others that are listening on this might be able to support that fund?
Yeah, so to support the Brandon Tsai Hero Fund, there's actually a link. But if you want to find out more information about the Hero Fund, you could contact the APCF, especially the Executive Director, Chung Yang.
Great, thanks, Brandon. And thank you so much for your bravery and for being with us here today. Congratulations for being our Community Impact honoree this year. And we're here for you if you need us. And we appreciate you very, very much. Now back to you, Matt.
Thank you, Thomas, and congratulations, Brandon, for the Community Impact Award. You're an amazing person, and we can't thank you enough for your heroism. Many best wishes to you and all your future endeavors. Our next guest is Madeline Melky, the President and CEO of Asian Pacific American Institute for Congressional Studies, APAICS. Madeline Shren Trang Melky is a nationally recognized civil rights leader and a member of USA Today's inaugural Leaders of Change. As President and CEO of APAICS and founder and principal of RM Group LLC, she brings nearly 25 years of experience working in political campaigns and specializes in political nonprofit fundraising and political training. Madeline is a proud graduate of Tulane University and Newcomb College. Please join me in welcoming Madeline Melky.
Hi everyone, I'm Madeline Melka, President and CEO of the Asian Pacific American Institute for Congressional Studies, APACS. Thank you for the introduction, Matt, and thank you, Edison, for inviting me to be a part of your Asian American Pacific Islander Heritage Month celebration. I especially would like to thank Marissa Castro-Savante, a longtime friend who served on the APACS board from 2013 to 2014. APACS and I greatly appreciate the continued support of Edison and our partnership. The month of May is significant to my community because it's Asian American Native Hawaiian Pacific Islander, AA and NHPI Heritage Month. As our society recognizes the value of more diversity, equity, and inclusion, it's important to realize that all of our communities experience unique challenges, as well as share the common thread of humanity. Celebrating our culture and heritage, as well as the challenges that any community faces, encourages empathy and a better understanding of experiences outside of our own. My origin story starts with my Vietnamese mother and my German American father meeting while working in Vietnam. After getting married and my mother becoming a naturalized citizen, I came along 8 years later, born in what was Saigon. In 1973, American troops withdrew from the country, and 2 years later, the Communist government of North Vietnam captured South Vietnam's capital on April 30th, 1975. The United States government scrambled to get thousands of American citizens evacuated from Vietnam on Operation Frequent Wind, and my family was one of the last American families to leave after the communist government took control. I don't remember much of my country of origin. What I do remember is watching my mother's resilience as she lived separated from her family for the next 15 years. And I know that though I had the good fortune to have an American passport, many of my fellow Vietnamese did not. They suffered great hardship to survive so that future generations would have the chance to thrive. The dream for so many is to provide a brighter future. As much as this country is a beacon of opportunity, there are times when public policy has not reflected the hope that shines through its people. Anti-Asian hate is well documented in United States history. Public policy decisions dating as far back as 1882 have purposely excluded members of the AA and NHPI community, such as the Chinese Exclusion Act, that prohibited Chinese immigration, except for merchants, teachers, students, travelers, and diplomats, to the United States. It was the first and only major law implemented that prohibited a specific nationality to immigrate to the United States. With the incarceration of over 125,000 Japanese American citizens during World War II, history shows that according to the 1983 Commission on Wartime Relocation and Internment of Civilians, the commission concluded that this action was due to racism. The last 3 years have been extremely harmful to the Asian American community with the rise of anti-Asian hate. It's been a challenge to celebrate the brilliance of the community while also recognizing the immense struggles that the community has endured with the rise of physical assaults targeted at seniors and women. The organization that I lead, the Asian Pacific American Institute for Congressional Studies, APACS, focuses on representation in public service. AA and NHPI political representation is only at 1%. APAC's mission is to increase AA and NHPI representation at all levels of the political process, from community advocate to elected leader. We provide paid internships and fellowships in congressional offices, as well as provide leadership training so that individuals can run for office. We work to deepen and widen the pipeline so that our public servants represent the AA and NHPI experience. Culturally, public service isn't a widely discussed career option. As a result, APACS hosts a high school program that encourages that age demographic to experience how government works. Consider it a live-action schoolhouse rock. They get to see firsthand how legislation impacts them and the people behind these policies. It's very eye-opening for me to see young people who already feel disenfranchised at such a young age. They don't see people who look like them in these roles at home, and to have them meet people who are engaged firsthand, they see that they can make an impact. Public policy demands that it goes through rigorous review and debate. Problem solving is a part of public service, and a better understanding the needs of the constituents requires that public servants hear from the people they serve. Being active citizens through voting has a direct impact on elected leadership. Never underestimate the value of your vote. It can truly make a difference. Going back to the incarceration of the Japanese American community, their experience highlighted for them the importance to have elected leaders. One of the co-founders of APACS, former Secretary Norman Y. Mineta, was a product of that experience. He returned to San Jose, California, from being incarcerated as a young boy and later become mayor and later its congressman. The Japanese American community understood that they needed someone to share these lived experiences so that history would not repeat itself. His seat at the table reminded President Bush that no one should go through what Secretary Mineta and so many Japanese Americans went through after this country experienced 9/11. Each of us with our own identity, weaving our unique story to create a cloth, each thread bringing value. He did not believe that we are a melting pot, that our lived experiences are what make this country magnificent. As we celebrate Heritage Month, how can you support the Asian American community in a sustainable way? How can you seize the moment for this community and for all of our communities? These action items are applicable for any community and ones that I like to exercise when I want to support my friends and colleagues from different constituencies. 1, I educate myself on the history so that I can better understand the discriminations and stereotypes that a community faces. For the Asian American community, there are several: the perpetual foreigner, as well as the model minority myth. By understanding the history of how we got here, I become a better ally to my colleagues and use this information to assess the current situation. 2, speak up. In the past 3 years, my colleagues at Asian Americans Advancing Justice, AAJC, partnered with Right to Be, formerly Holler Back, to conduct bystander intervention training to stop anti-Asian American hate and xenophobia harassment. Whether you're taking a training to de-escalate conflict or joining a community event, being involved means a great deal, so don't be afraid to be present. 3, support Asian-owned small businesses, including those who are artists and creatives. This can be said for any of our communities. Share your own positive experiences and support the people who bring joy to your lives. 4, consider a donation to organizations that do direct services to the AA and NHPI community. There are nonprofits that serve the elderly, combat hate, support the arts and culture of our different heritages. 5, be an ally. Check in on your Asian friends, amplify their voices, and listen to their stories. It's an ongoing dialogue of listening and learning. Being in community with one another is a terrific way to support each other. As you review the many ways you can seize the moment, remember that every action, big or small, counts. My privilege as a Vietnamese American woman started with my ability to hold an American passport. For my mother, as the eldest of 9, she was the protector and second mother in Vietnam. And when she came to the United States, her chief goal was to have all of her siblings and her mother come join us. It took 15 years to secure green cards for everyone at once, and she did it. This year, my family will celebrate 32 years since they immigrated to the United States. My mom's hard fight for reunification was a struggle and worth becoming a part of the fabric of what is America. And now it gives me a great honor to introduce this year's Gwen Moore Diversity Honoree. For those of you that don't know Gwen Moore, she was a former California Assembly member and was the architect behind General Order 156. She believed that all people should have access to the same business resources and was a major advocate for diversity, equity, and inclusion for small businesses. She used tax laws to sponsor progressive legislation aimed at eliminating racial, gender, and other forms of bigotry. Before she retired from public office, Moore had more than 400 laws to her name that focused on providing justice and equal footing to women and racial minorities. Even after retirement, Moore founded GEM Communications Group, a public relations firm focused on legislative strategy and community outreach. She passed on August 19, 2020, and in her honor, Edison changed the former Diverse Business Enterprise Award to the Gwen Moore Diversity Award. This award is given to an individual or company which exemplifies a strong partnership and value with Edison and is a positive representation of its core business strategy of working with diverse suppliers, women, minority, service-disabled veteran-owned businesses, and LGBTQ business enterprises. Southern California Edison is committed to supporting small and diverse firms, helping them gain access to contract opportunities in traditional and new sourcing areas. Their engagement with these suppliers has allowed them to safely deliver reliable, affordable, and clean energy to our customers. One of the ways SCE further supports diverse businesses is through their EDGE program, which provides resources, education, and mentorship to help support these businesses and gives them a greater chance of long-term success. Today, SCE is recognizing Asian Business Association, ABA, in Los Angeles. ABA is a membership organization that supports Asian American business owners. Let's hear more about Asian Business Association.
Hi, my name is Dennis Huang, Executive Director for the Asian Business Association. The Asian Business Association is a premier nonprofit organization that has been proactively assisting Asian American small businesses gain access to economic opportunities and advancement since 1976. With over 1,200 members, we represent the views of Asian American business owners to local, state, and federal government officials in order to promote and improve the business climate. ABA has a strong partnership with Southern California Edison. In fact, Edison was one of our supporting corporations through the leadership of Grace Whitcomb and Joe Alderetti. Currently, that relationship is managed by Dennis Thurston. Edison is a strong supporter of our mission and supports and develops Asian American businesses. In turn, they become supporters or suppliers for Southern California Edison. ABA continues to support Asian American-owned businesses with its programs such as business matchmaking, the importance of minority certification, and our own version of summer school. This year, we have partnered with East LA City College, where we informed thousands of small businesses about the government grants that's available to them. Currently, the LA County grant, the Resilience Rescue Grant, is funded by the Joint Utilities we're helping them with. We also have thousands of applicants when we help supported the California Relief Grant. To seize the moment requires us to have that moment. Many Asian-owned businesses still pursue that moment. What we can do is create that moment. We want you to be more engaged with your local communities, continue to develop your network, and with good people. Develop your network with the industry people and people that would complement your business. We're very grateful for this recognition. We also like to make it a point to recognize those who paved the road for us so we can be in this situation. We are standing on the shoulders of ABA founders Dale Fukumaki and Lin Choi Ueda. Karen Arasaki with her work in civil rights in DC. Nita Song for her advocacy work in media and marketing. Billy Mata for his work in unifying Asian chamber across the country. John Kobara for mentoring and empowering nonprofit leaders. And of course, Gwen Moore for her work in economic development for minority-owned businesses.
I'm Denny Lee, and I'm proud to say that I'm a member of the ABA.
I'm Angela Chang.
Kenny Chan. We are proud to be ABA members.
My name is Brittany Tran, and I'm proud to be an ABA LA member.
My name is Dina Sampson, and I'm proud to be an ABA member.
My name is Vince, and I'm with AFC Trading and Wholesale, and I'm a proud member of ABA.
I'm Sherwin Antonio.
And I'm Kirk Nishikawa.
And we're proud to be an ABA member.
Congratulations, Asian Business Association. Thank you for your commitment to representing Asian American business owners and creating business opportunities for your members and the diverse communities. Well, my time is up, and I want to thank you for letting me connect with you this morning. And thank you, Edison, for inviting me as your guest speaker. Have a wonderful weekend and happy AA and HPI Heritage Month.
Up next, we have Larry Chung, Vice President of Local Public Affairs for Southern California Edison, who's responsible for representing SCE before local and regional government officials and their staffs, including district offices of state and federal officials, as well as local and regional business organizations. Most recently, Chung served as Director of Global External Affairs and Government Relations for the Walt Disney Company, where he oversaw domestic and international policy and stakeholder engagement strategy across Disney parks, experiences, and products. Chung maintains his commitment to building strong communities through service on several local nonprofit boards, including Public Media Group of Southern California, PBS, SoCal, KCET, Link TV, and API's Mobilize. He is also a trustee for the University of California, Riverside. He is a native of Southern California, earned a bachelor's degree from the University of California, Riverside, and is a graduate of the Coro Fellows Program in Public Affairs. Please join me in welcoming Larry Chung.
Thank you, Matt, for the introduction, and good morning, everyone. It's great to be here with you today to celebrate AAPI Heritage Month. I hope you've had an opportunity to attend other AAPI Heritage Month events or plan to in the coming weeks. There are many celebrations planned for this month, and let us know in the chat about some of the ones that you plan to attend. As you know, the theme this year is Seizing Our Moment. Seizing our moment is important because it allows us to take full advantage of the opportunities that come our way. Seizing our moment allows us to maximize our impact, our influence, and ultimately our joy in life. For me, I'd like to share a moment where I seized the moment and how it has impacted my life. I started my career in government, specifically in promoting electric vehicle charging infrastructure years ago when EVs were more of a concept than reality. A few years ago, when the opportunity to come work for Southern California Edison presented itself, I seized that moment. And because I jumped at that opportunity, I feel my career has somewhat come full circle. And I can say that my work is helping to make our planet a better place for my children. We have many moments in our lives where we can choose to seize the moment, and I encourage all of you to take that chance and see what happens. As I just mentioned, the work that we do at Southern California Edison is personal for me. At Edison, we're committed to enabling the state's efforts to reduce emissions and improve air quality. We're leading the transformation of the electric power industry, focusing on clean energy, the grid of the future, and customer choice. To strengthen grid reliability, SCE is bringing more emissions-free energy storage online for 2023 and beyond, including focusing on completing our own utility-owned storage project. Additionally, SCE recently upgraded transmission lines in the Eastern Desert area, increasing the ability to integrate and deliver more renewable energy across SCE's service area. In September of 2021, we published our Mind the Gap white paper with our analysis of the policy changes and additions needed to ensure that California meets its goal of reducing greenhouse gas emissions by 40% by the year 2030. We're only 7 years away, and you're probably asking, what does that really mean, and how does Southern California Edison plan to do this in such a short amount of time? It means building out electric vehicle charging infrastructure for cars, trucks, buses, and other equipment, as well as offering rewards and rebates to help more customers make the transition. Edison's suite of charge-ready EV charging programs are the largest utility-led programs in the nation. Charge-Ready supports public and multifamily passenger vehicles, charging medium and heavy-duty trucks, schools and transit buses, port equipment, and other industrial vehicles. Our latest Charge-Ready program will support the installation of over 30,000 charging ports for our passenger vehicles across the service area over the next few years. This Charge-Ready program will have an extraordinary focus on equity by locating half of those over 30,000 charging ports in state-designated disadvantaged communities. In addition to reducing transportation emissions, we also plan to decarbonize buildings through greater electrification. We can do this by replacing fossil fuel heating, such as HVAC and water heating, with efficient electric heat pumps.
Building electrification will be a critical component of meeting the state's carbon neutrality goals. Just as important as the physical infrastructure is making sure that our rates are designed to incentivize clean energy choices while promoting equity. Recently, the California Public Utilities Commission made significant changes to the net energy metering program, which was negatively impacting those who could not adopt solar, which is typical of most of our vulnerable customers like renters and our low-income populations. Currently, there is a proceeding evaluating several proposals for fixed rate charge. If done correctly, this could simultaneously lower bills for our lower income customers while making it more affordable for everyone to electrify their homes and vehicles. SCE also continues to highlight and promote the improved induction technology with new features and advantages throughout our service area, especially at local community events such as 626 Golden Streets, Alhambra Lunar New Year, and so many others. SCE recognizes that the progress toward a clean energy future will be successful only if it is equitable and accessible for everyone, including our most vulnerable communities. And we can't do this alone. It takes all of us to do our part to achieve this goal. And one example of this collaboration is Green Wealth Energy Partners, whom we are honoring today with the Clean Energy Champion Award. Green Wealth Energy Partners has been instrumental with our Charge Ready program, and I'm delighted to honor them today. So let's hear a bit more about them.
Hi, I'm Jeff Chung, Director of Sales, Green Wealth Energy.
Hello, my name is Ariel Fan, founder and CEO of Green Wealth Energy. What we do at Green Wealth is accelerate the adoption of EV charging infrastructure among multifamily fleet and also public charging systems by providing an end-to-end solution from the design, build, and also rebate and incentive capture for EV charging deployments under one platform. Green Wealth Energy is proud to be the first woman and minority-owned EV charging developer certified in the state of California. Our namesake Green Wealth means that we represent diverse communities, and no community is truly wealthy unless we address economic prosperity and climate prosperity for all. Public funding for green building upgrades should be accessible not just for the largest agencies, but also for small businesses too. We work anywhere from large utility companies down to HOAs and small businesses.
A great example we work with is an HOA called Olive Tree. They were in an underserved community. We really helped educate them in understanding the program of Charge Ready to kind of understand what they need and how we could help facilitate the infrastructure, almost provide a zero cost project for them. In turn, we would provide stations for the community and also increase their property value.
So everyone knows that the world is going electric. When there are charging stations available in these public spaces where people live, where they work, there will be more confidence to buy EVs, and having more electric vehicles on the road means we're making progress towards climate impact in the state. We're very proud to serve the AAPI community. Based in Pasadena, we have a lot of AAPI businesses here in the San Gabriel Valley. As a team, diversity is at our core. We have about 65% women on our team, 85% people of color. We're in a turning point of history now where everything is going electric. Every building will need a charging station there, and it's the biggest transportation overhaul of our lifetimes. So where's the moment? California has set the largest, most aggressive climate change goals in the country. They're setting the goals. SCE is providing the funding, and Green Wealth is providing the action to enable businesses all over SCE territory to deploy charging stations. We see climate change happening, we see extreme weather events, we see wildfires happening. So that's why seizing this moment right now and taking action now is so important for the climate and our collective future. So last week, I was actually in Washington, D.C. I got to speak in front of the Capitol building with a group of 8 senators and congressmen defending the Inflation Reduction Act to protect clean energy and EV-specific tax credits and incentives for the space. And it occurred to me how important it is to use our voice in business to take action for these climate goals. We do that here every day. We're really proud of our partnership with Southern California Edison, that one building at a time, we're moving towards electrification and decarbonization for a healthier world.
We want to thank Southern California Edison for honoring us the Clean Energy Champion Awards during AAPI Heritage Month.
Congratulations to Green Wealth Energy Partners for being our 2023 Clean Energy Champion honoree. We appreciate your partnership in helping us meet our clean energy goals by supporting our Charge Ready program. It is important that we seize our moment now and act because the work we are doing will have lasting impacts for future generations. I hope you all enjoy the rest of the program, and happy AAPI Heritage Month. Now, back to you, Matt.
Congratulations, Green Wealth Energy Partners, as this year's Clean Energy Champion honoree. And thank you, Larry, for sharing the latest clean energy updates with us. Next, we have a special treat for you. Here with us today is Yogan Bhagat, CEO, performer, and instructor of Bollywood Step Productions, and his assistant, Jessica Fernstrom. He is trained in various forms of Indian and modern dance styles. Bhagat trained and worked in Bollywood, in film, in television, stage shows, and world tours with A-list Bollywood celebrities, including Priyanka Chopra, currently featured for the NFL promo spots, Aishwarya Rai, and Oscar-winning composer A.R. Rahman, Slumdog Millionaire, and 127 Hours. He aims to share his innovative talent with others to help promote Bollywood dance at the same competitive level as in India. Yogan and his assistant dancer Jessica Fernstrom are going to show us some Bollywood dance moves. So follow along, if you can.
Hello everyone, welcome to Bollywood. I'm Yogan Bhagat, I'm the choreographer, and I'll be teaching you Bollywood, and I have this amazing lady, Jessica, who's wearing this beautiful costume, and she'll be helping me with teaching Bollywood. So, with further ado, let's start. So, step number one, we're gonna move our shoulders, okay? So, this is what we're gonna do. Move our shoulders, very good. So, this is more of a Bhangra and Bollywood routine. So, we're gonna do a lot of these, right? And this is also good for warm-up, right? So, cool. So, this is step number one. You already got so much. All right. So, we're gonna now go to step number two. So, actually I forgot to tell you guys that I have already mirrored this video. So this is my right side, this is my left side, Jessica's on my right, and there's nobody on my left. So I'm gonna start with the footwork and then the upper body, okay? So let's start with the footwork. So we're gonna cross your right leg towards your left and left towards your right. And again, and pump twice. And again, repeat, left side, once, twice, and pump twice. Very good. So 5, 6, 7, faster. 1, and a 2, and a 3, 4, and a 5, and a 6, and a 7, 8. Very good. And now you're going to pull down and use your shoulder muscle. Kind of, yeah. Make sure it's relaxed. Yeah. Okay, very good. So you're going to pull down, 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 down as you step, right? So 5, 6, 7 with the footwork. Go 1 and a 2 and a 3, 4 and a 5 and a 6 and a 7, 8. Perfect. So now the next thing you're going to add is the hop. So you're going to hop at the same time when you place your feet, right? So let's try this with a hop. 5, 6, 7, 8 and a hop and a hop and a hop. Twice and a single, single, double, double. Very good. So that goes our step number one. Very good. Good job, you guys. Now we're gonna go to step number two. Very good. So step number two is basically, it's very simple. What we're gonna do is you're gonna basically swing your hands back and forward, forward and back. So 5, 6, 7. Let's go right forward and back. Very good. Right forward, left forward, and lift your leg as you go forward. Very good. 1, 2, and a 3, 4, and a 5, 6, and a 7, 8. Yeah, basically you have just to swing. You guys already got 2 steps. Very good. Good job, you guys. So here comes step number 3. Step number 3 is basically going all around the world and imagine playing drums once and twice. around the wall from left to right, and drums. Perfect. So left to right and right to left. Very good. So 5, 6, and a 7, 8, and a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, repeat 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Very good. So if you want to get more cardio, you're gonna jump harder and harder. And you're gonna lift your left leg when you go towards your right, and towards the left, lift your right leg. Very good. Don't think too much. Just go with the flow. Nobody's watching you, right? 5, 6, and a 7. The hop go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3. Play drums, and hip, ha, ha. All that energy. Very good. So that was step number 3. Very good. I lost count. But now we have step number 4. Step number 4 is a very easy step. It goes with every Bollywood dance, and anybody can do it. So yeah, you don't need any dance training, right? You just have to wipe the table down, wipe the ceiling towards your right, right? That's it. That's the step. And the only thing you have to do with the foot is pony, 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 pony. Doesn't matter. Pony here or pony on your left, doesn't matter. But this is bounce. Or you can just bounce. Bounce, bounce, bounce. Hit, 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 hit. Anything. Yeah, very good. So that's step number 4. Very good. Now we're gonna go to step number 5. Very good. Now, step number 5 has a little cardio. So take a breath. Okay. So yeah, so what we're gonna do is I'm gonna show you the footwork. You're gonna lift the right leg parallel to the ground and just kick forward. Yeah, you can flex it and kick forward twice, and place it back and lift your left, kick twice. Very good. And 5, 6, 7, kick once and twice down. Quick. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. That's a little fast, but it's not hard. And with the hands, what you're going to do, you're going to throw. Imagine throwing glitter. Up, here, and here, here. Very good. You're throwing glitters all around. Very good. 5, 6, and a 7, 8 together. 1, 2, and a 3, 4, and a 5, 6, and a 7, 8. Very good. Make sure nobody's around you. Be safe. Okay, very good. So that was step number 5. Very good. Now we're gonna move to step number 6. Very good. Step number 6. What we're gonna do is you're gonna play drums. We're gonna play drums here, 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 and here. That's it. Drums here, drums, drums, and drums. Very good. Just have to add a little bit of groove to it. That's it. So the groove is, you're gonna go 5, 6, 7, 8. Go 1 and a pony, 2, 3, 5 and a 6, and a 7 and an 8. Very good. 5, 6 and a 7. That's a groove. And 1, 2 and a 3, 4 and a 5, 6 and a 7, 8. Cool. You guys are doing awesome. Very good. So that was step number 6, and everybody's doing an awesome job. Very good. Now moving on to step number 7. That's just a pose. So we're going to be repeating this sequence in between the songs. So just follow along, have fun, and you can record it and just play it over and over again till you get it right. And just enjoy, or you can just freestyle. Just have fun. Okay? So we're gonna do the dance. Are you guys ready? All right. So I'm gonna ask DJ Jessica to play the music. All right. So here goes. Let's move our shoulders. Hey, hey, hey. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 2, and 5, 6, 7, 2. Swing your arms. 5, 6. And then repeat the step. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Repeat forward. Take a breather. guys have been awesome. Catches. Pasadena.
Now, how fun was that dance lesson? Those moves look simple enough when Yogan's going through all the steps, and then when you put it all together, I got lost and I couldn't keep up. How about you? Were you able to keep up? It definitely looks like a good and fun workout though. Thank you one more time to Yogan Bhagat and his assistant Jessica Fernstrom for that beautiful dance. All right, up next is Kanwen Shu, a writer and speaker focused on covering AAPI issues. She aims to portray the Asian American experience in a nuanced and authentic light. Her TED Talk titled, "I Am Not Your Asian Stereotype," has over 3 million views. Her writing has appeared in the Washington Post, Kansas City Star, Arrow Magazine, Chalkbeat, and more. Kanwen is a graduate of Columbia University and currently works at a healthcare startup. Let's welcome Kanwen Shu.
Thank you, Matt, for the introduction, and thank you, Edison, for inviting me to speak at your Asian American Heritage Month celebration. I thought I would start off by just talking a little bit about myself and the environment in which I grew up. So I grew up in North Dakota, South Dakota, and Idaho, and I was surrounded by a lot of people who didn't look like me. So I think growing up, I had always felt so much discomfort around my identity. And even growing up, when there would be celebrations of, for example, Asian American Heritage Month or any other kind of celebration of diversity, it always made me uncomfortable because I either felt like I was tokenized or I just didn't want to draw that much attention to myself. To give you a few examples, and I'm sure some of you who are watching may have experienced the same thing. I hope that many of you haven't, but at school, teachers would always mix me up with the other Asian kids, or they would assume that I was related to all the Asian kids. Or whenever someone said China or Korea or Asia, it would always somehow be tied back to me because I was always the token representation of the entire planet. So I've always felt like people have kind of put me into a box, and my entire life I've been trying to figure out how to escape that box and create my own box, or I guess at least figure out which box I belong to, if that makes sense. I felt like my solution to being Asian American and being stereotyped was to think of myself as an individual as much as possible. And this brings me to just seizing the moment, which I understand is the theme of what I'm talking about today. Yes, other people may group me into certain identities, but I don't have to think of myself that way. Ultimately, why does it matter if I identify more with being Chinese or being American? Does this identification, does this box that I'm putting myself into, does it change anything about who I fundamentally am? I think the answer is no, because ultimately I still am an individual, and that individuality comes before any labels of Chinese or American or immigrant or anything else that may be used to describe me. So growing up, again, it was always about trying to fit into a category. It was always about trying to fit into a box. And for a long time, I also held on to this idea of Asian American because I felt like, well, at least now I could identify with something that was a category. And now that I feel like I've done a lot more work into figuring out who I am, I realize that I don't have to identify with anything. And even within the category of Asian American, there's so many different experiences and stories. And I think that that's what this moment in particular is really about. So I follow the media a lot. I follow kind of what the discourse is and what people talk about in terms of the Asian American experience. And I remember when Crazy Rich Asians came out, it was kind of like the Asian movie, right? It was like the first, film made in a really long time that had an all Asian cast, and it was kind of being put into this category of Asian American film. But now there are so many stories being told in the mainstream media, so many new ideas being brought forth that are also Asian American, and now that's not the only label that is being applied to them. I don't know if you all follow the Oscars at all, but I did get a chance to see Everything Everywhere All at Once, and I was so happy when it won. And with that movie, it did have almost an entirely Asian cast, and but it wasn't being grouped as, an Asian movie necessarily. It was just a really, really awesome movie that happened to also have an all Asian cast, which is awesome and impactful. But that's kind of what I'm getting to. This is getting a little bit personal, but I remember when I was dating a lot in college, one big thing that was in my head was if I was dating someone who was an Asian, I would always be thinking to myself, am I the first Asian person that they've dated? Or even worse, am I like the 10th in a long string of Asian women that this person has dated? And it was always kind of the one or the other, because it's like, okay, if it's the latter and this person clearly kind of has an Asian fetish, then they don't see me as an individual and as a person. But also if, I would meet some guys who'd be like, I'm not really into Asians, but then they were into me, and it also just felt like I wasn't what they wanted. And then, my junior year of college, I met the love of my life. And it was the first time I realized that my race was a little bit irrelevant to how he saw me. And now we're married. So I think that there is a lot of beauty in breaking out of these boxes and these generalizations and just figuring out who you are outside of them. And to me, that's what seizing the moment is all about. It's about complexity, and it's about nuance, and it's about humanity. I have recently started writing fiction, and I haven't written fiction in so long, but I've recently started writing, and I think for a long time what stopped me was I didn't want to tell just an Asian American story where just the story that I would be kind of just tokenized into this genre of, just like this is Asian American, and I just felt like that didn't allow for the complexity and the all of the differences in the experiences that I may have compared to someone else, compared to one of you. And with this moment of all of these Asian American stories, businesses, experiences being brought into the limelight, I've started to think also more about what does that mean for the stories that I want to tell. So overall, I would say I feel really optimistic about this moment. I feel really optimistic about all of you, because for so long, Asian Americans have been hidden from, the mainstream discourse, and Asian American businesses or Asian American causes were all not really recognized all the time. And I just feel like finally we're having our moment, and I hope that someday when I'm talking to the next generation, they'll have an even better. And they won't even have to try to bring more awareness to Asian American causes, because there will already be a lot of awareness for them. So I think that is really, really beautiful. And I wanted to thank you all again for listening to me talk for the last few minutes. Thank you to all of the conference organizers, and I really hope that all of you are able to seize your moment like I am seizing mine.
Thank you, Kanwen, for sharing your experience growing up as an Asian American. And yes, I agree with you that we need to break out of the boxes and generalizations that label the AAPI community and figure out who we are as individuals. Up next is our keynote speaker, Lori Shao. Lori Shao is the CEO and founder of Finly, a simple, secure, and cost-effective digital platform that financially lifts service-based small businesses. Finly is inspired by Lori's unique perspective as an immigrant and her desire to create a premium yet accessible solution that allows all entrepreneurs to easily receive, manage, and grow their finances. Lori received a bachelor's degree in business administration and management from the University of Florida and resides in Los Angeles with her husband, 2 children, and almost a dozen pets. Let's hear from Lori now.
Thank you so much, Matt, for the introduction. And thank you, Edison, for having me as your speaker for your AAPI Heritage Month celebration. I am so extremely honored to be here and share this moment with the many small business owners who also identify as AAPI members. Because in moments of distress, in moments of chaos and uncertainty, we need community. We need a sense of unity. We need to come together and share the triumphs and celebrate, the many milestones and wins, but also lean on each other in moments of weakness. I have lived my life, at least professional life, in a very, in a way that follows the playbook, right? So my parents, they sold stuff in the flea market. They have their side business and multiple side businesses to make ends meet, to put food on the table. But their definition of success for me was I have to get good grades, go to college, get an entry-level job at a large American company, and they would be proud to talk about me to their friends and family and neighbors. And that's exactly what I did. And I did that for 17 years. I climbed that corporate ladder. I worked my way up, through the financial institution ecosystem. I was most recently, before I left for Finley, I was most recently an executive director at JP Morgan, on the payment innovation side and just helping financial technology platforms build for the future. And I love that job. And I could not understand why I wasn't happy. Right? I was getting compensated pretty well. I was able to provide stable income for my household. My husband, he's self-employed, so it's kind of volatile. We had 2 young kids, that were all on my insurance through JP Morgan. So why did I even leave? Like, what was I thinking? And of course, with all the voices, not only within, but around me, my in-laws were like, oh, your kids are a little too young for you to be taking this risk, right? My mom was like, well, does that mean your husband's going to get a full-time job with benefits if you leave yours? There's just a lot of pressure, right? And then, of course, we didn't come from wealth. We don't have an endless pool of money to trial and error and throw stuff on the wall and see if it sticks. I gave myself 6 months to bootstrap, right? To bring this idea to reality and see if I can get any backers. Because I only had 6 months, right? Because every month I bootstrap was a family vacation. It was money out of my kids' college fund. There was just a lot of pressure to succeed because failure was not an option because there's too much on the line, right? We're not privileged to take these risks. Most of us only have one chance to take this risk. And for me, reconciling the displeasure of working in corporate America and not knowing why. Is it because I wasn't getting paid enough? Is it because I wasn't working on challenging tasks? Like, what was it? Why wasn't I happy? And every time I moved, I thought I would be happy, but I wasn't. And that's when I realized I needed to build a solution for very real problems for everyday people and scale the solution so I can help more people. And that's what motivated me. And that's what Finley stood for and stands for. Finley stands for financial lift, right? It's in our DNA to transform and wield change for communities that are undersupported. And that's what it took my entire 17 years in corporate America for me to realize that that was my calling. Because as soon as I started Finley, despite all the challenges and all the voices, both internal and external, I realized I was at peace. That's what truly made me happy. But it took me 17 years to muster up the courage to clean my lenses and see what the moment was for me, right? And that is to take this leap of faith and build a technology for not only people around me that could benefit, but for people who look like my parents. For my parents 30 years ago to have a solution like Finley to call their own. And that's when I realized, okay, the stars are as lined for me as ever. One, I have this amazing business name to financially lift communities, Finley. Two, I am plagued by the lack of resource and solution in my personal life, and seeing how these essential business owners struggle to run, to operate and scale. So that's when Finley was born. And so at Finley, we set out to tackle all of these challenges head on. And I am so incredibly proud to be supporting thousands of small business owners today, empowering their digital back office and giving them the tools to bridge the access gap. And I'm incredibly proud of the work that we have accomplished and will continue to do. We set out to not only help the small business owners to achieve all the things they need to achieve tactically, but also to empower them with a sense of self-worth, to command your worth, to demand your payment and increase your price with certainty and confidence and courage. And I would say where I am today with Finley is where I belong, is what I have set out to do, is what my entire 17 years in corporate America had trained me and conditioned me and pushed me and nudged me towards. And without courage, without support, I don't think I'd be here. And I don't think Finley would be in a position to transform the lives of so many small business owners that we serve today. So if anything, I leave you with, find your tribe, find your community, because none of this is easy and we need to lean on each other to help one another. And also to seize our moment is more than taking that perfect photo of the sun setting, of your child sprinting up on the sand, and you having the camera at the right time and at the right settings. It's more than that. It could be years, decades of you preparing for this moment, of you realizing what your moment should look like so that you know what to wait for and what to look for and what to sprint towards. And that preparation of mustering up the courage to seize the moment, to realize this is your moment, it could take an equal amount of time, if not more. And we are here today because we support one another and we want to create opportunities for one another. And we want to propel one another to new heights as a unit, right? As a AAPI community. Thank you.
Thank you for that great message, Lori, and for sharing your story of seizing your moment. And thank you to all the speakers and special guests, Cynthia Gao, Tamako Sato, Calvin Wong, Chef Katie Shin, Mary Helen Tran, Jessica Louise, Madeline Melky, Yogan Bhagat, and Kanwin Shu, for being a part of today's Asian American Pacific Islander Heritage Month celebration. You all brought different perspectives and experiences that we can all relate to. and what it's like to be Asian American Pacific Islander in the US. Thank you to the Edison executives Pedro and Larry for 17 years of celebrating Asian American Pacific Islander Heritage Month. And congratulations again to our honorees: Asian Pacific Community Fund, Asian American Professional Association, Asian Business Association, Green Wealth Energy Partners, and Brandon Tsai, for being leaders in your community and for your commitment to clean energy, community involvement, and diversity. And a big thank you to the Southern California Edison team and the business resource group Ascend for organizing this virtual event and for having me as the MC. We were able to showcase many talents, entrepreneurs, business owners, nonprofits, leaders, and how much we contribute to our communities. It makes me proud to be a part of this community, and I hope you're inspired just as much as I was. We can accomplish so much as individuals, but even more when we work together. We all have something important to share and give, so never take that for granted, and seize your moment. Last but not least, the door prizes. I see all the people in the chat that participated, and I hope you're one of the winners. The 20 lucky winners will receive an autographed copy of Chef Katie Chin's Global Family Cookbook. If you're one of the lucky winners, be sure to email your name and address by May 19th to SCE Customer Engagement at SCE.com. That's SCE Customer Engagement at SCE.com. Before I announce the names, be sure to stick around afterwards for a video montage with the SCE employees and an encore performance by Jessica Louise. Good luck, everyone. All right, this is the moment that you've been waiting for. The winners are Mike Haas, MJ Rutledge, Michael Retzler, Jordan Wu, Ron Chong, Jonathan Kurtz, Andy Lamb, Julia Lamb, Trojan Candy, Vi Nino, Taihua, Jean Liu M.A., Sherry Rosenberg, Verdiana Rodriguez, Juan, SHL, Jen Kuo, Amy Colbook, Denise Voss, and finally, Andrea Fonseca. Congratulations to all of our winners. We're so happy for you. You'll receive your prize as soon as we get your name and your address. I hope you had a great time celebrating with us today. I know I did, and we hope that you have a wonderful and safe weekend. Happy Asian American Pacific Islander Heritage Month.
मेरा नाम श्रुति अमीन है। मुझे भारतीय होने पर गर्व है, क्योंकि मैं हिंदू हूँ। हमारा यहाँ कुटुंब प्रेम भी बहुत है। मेरा कुटुंब बहुत बड़ा है। प्रेम भी बहुत बड़ा है।
Magandang umaga sa inyong lahat. Ako ay si Marisa Castro Salvati, isa sa mga Government Relations Managers ng Southern California Edison Local Public Affairs. Ipinagmamalaki ko na ako ay Pilipino dahil tayo ay isang komunidad na may positibong pananaw, matyagang pagkatao, kasiyahan sa pagkain at pagtitipon, at pagmamahal sa matatanda at pamilya. Sa katunayan, isang tradisyon na napaka-Pilipino ay ang pag-iimpake ng lahat ng mga goodies na makukuha mo sa isang balikbayan box para sa mga pamilya at kaibigan sa Pilipinas. Ngunit, higit sa lahat, tayo ay iisa sa espiritu ng kinikilala ang Diyos sa gitna ng ating buhay para sa lahat ng mga pagpapala at palaging sinasamantala ang sandali hanggat maaari.
안녕하십니까. 남가주 에디슨사 존리입니다. 2023년 남가주 에디슨사 아시아 태평양 문화유산 기념행사에 함께해 주신 여러분들을 진심으로 환영합니다. 특히 올해는 미주 한인 이민 120주년이 된 뜻깊은 해입니다. 한인으로서 매우 자랑스럽습니다. 우리의 이 자랑스럽고 뿌듯한 이민 역사와 문화, 그리고 우리와 함께하는 아태 커뮤니티의 문화를 함께 축하하고 기리는 특별한 시간이 되시기를 바랍니다. 다시 한번 함께 해주셔서 감사합니다.
你好，我是 Ada Xu，我在南加州电力公司工作。我为身为华人女儿骄傲，因为我们的历史文化跟美食。
Troy Hạnh Viện là người gốc Việt trong cộng đồng AAPI và chúng ta thấy là năm vừa qua thì người AAPI thành công trong rất nhiều lĩnh vực, từ phim ảnh cho đến kinh doanh cho đến thể thao, và những điều đó rất là đáng khen ngợi. Ronnie có hỏi Troy là khi mọi người nghĩ đến cộng đồng người Việt và văn hóa của người Việt thì họ nghĩ đến điều gì? Thì chúng ta có cái truyền thống đó, khi mà mùa Tết, mùa xuân đó thì những người phụ nữ mặc áo dài rất là đẹp, rất là nhiều màu trong cái mùa xuân đó. Troy cũng muốn lấy cơ hội này để cảm ơn Southern California Edison đã tổ chức chương trình này trong 17 năm vừa qua. Cảm ơn quý vị.
Hello， 你好，我係 Ada Choi，我喺南加州電力公司工作。我為廣東人驕傲，因為廣東人嘅特別嘅語言、娛樂圈，例如四大天王、容祖兒同 Mir， 同埋我哋啲嘢食，例如點心啦、湯同埋我哋啲缽仔糕等等。
One, two, put your pinky rings up to the moon. Hey baby, what y'all trying to do? Tell me what you're trying to do. 24 karat magic in the air. Head to toe, so playa, look out. Pop, pop, it's showtime, showtime. Guess who's back again? Hey, they don't know, go tell them. They don't know, go tell. No, they know as soon as we walk in. I'm talking Cuban links, designer minks, Inglewood's finest shoes. Don't look too hard, might hurt yourself. No, they get the color red, the blues. Oh, I'm a dangerous man with some money in my pocket, keep up. So many pretty girls around me and they're waking up the rocket, keep up. Why you mad? Fix your face. In my fault they every jacket, keep up. Players only. Put your pinky rings up to the moon. Yeah, yeah, baby. What y'all trying to do? Tell me what you're trying to do. 24 karat magic in the air. Yeah, yeah. Head to toe, so play. Look out. Second verse for the hustlers, gangsters, bad, and your friends. Can I preach? Can I preach? Let me show you how to get in. First, take your sip, do your dip, spend your money like money ain't. Ooh, ooh, too fresh, got to blame it on Jesus. Hashtag blessed, they ain't ready for me, huh? I'm a dangerous man with some money in my pocket, keep up. So many pretty girls around me and they're waking up the rocket, keep up. Why you mad? Fix your face. In my belly, I wish I could keep up. Huh? Players only. Put your pinky rings up to the moon. Yeah, yeah, baby. What y'all trying to do? Tell me what you're trying to do. 24 karat magic in the air. Head to toe, so play. Look out. Woo! Everywhere I go, they be like, ooh, it's so play. Yeah. Everywhere I go, they be like, ooh, it's so play, yeah. Everywhere I go, they be like, ooh, it's so play, yeah. Ooh, put your pinky rings up to the moon. Hey, what y'all trying to do? Tell me what you're trying to do. 24 karat magic in the air, yeah, yeah. Head to toe, so play, look out. Thank you so much. Happy AAPI month. Mwah.